Hi everybody, and welcome to Jewell Family Farm. Today I'm going to be planting some, getting some onion seeds started, and I want to show you my plants from last week that I started in these little seed starting trays. These are a smaller tray that I ordered off of Amazon, and so these are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I don't know, 40 slots. These are 40 slots. The other ones were 72 slots. So anyway, I got some onion seeds here that I'm going to start, and some red cabbage. So I want to show you the seeds that I did last week and how much they've grown, and we'll do that after we get these cabbages started. Alright, stay with us. Okay, so what I have here is I just got a big old bag of homemade compost, and then I put some peat moss in it, and so it makes it really nice and fluffy. And my compost pile's been out there for, I don't know, a couple of years, and it's just compost that I made from cleaning out the stalls and stuff, and it's all broke down. It doesn't smell bad at all. It does not have a manure smell. It just smells like nice clean dirt. So I'm just going to fill up my trays here with this dirt, and I just mixed it in with the peat moss, and it just makes it really nice and fluffy. Nice, good dirt. So you just fill up your little trays. Now I don't have any grow lights, but what the package says as far as these little trays go is when you fill them up and you plant your seeds in them, you don't want to put them in direct sunlight, because if you do that, then they get really tall and leggy. So you have to put them in a dark place until they germinate and your little sprouts start coming up out of the ground. And then once that happens, then you get the true leaves on them. They come up with little starter leaves, and then in a few days you'll get more leaves on it. Once those other leaves come on, then you're going to transplant them into bigger pots, and that'll keep them from, I mean, they will get a little bit leggy before you get them transferred, but if you get them down deep enough in the second pot, you should be okay and not have such leggy plants. And the reason you don't want really leggy plants is because they break easily, and if you let them get too tall without transplanting them, they'll just break, and you won't be able to get them in the garden without them just breaking in half, because they're just too thin and puny. I'm just going to fill all these cups up, and then once I do that, we'll be putting the seeds in. Okay, so I have all these little cups, all these little cells filled. I'm going to take off all the excess dirt. I have an old what do you call it, shower curtain on my table, because I'm doing it indoors, because it's just too nasty outdoors to do this right now. And if you have a greenhouse or something like that, or a building you can do it in, that's the ideal place to do it. But if you don't, and you're like me, then you just do it wherever you can get them started. But I'm just trying to fill in the little ones that are kind of shallow. Alright, and then just remove all the excess. Alright, so take your fingers and you're just going to push this dirt down in. Before you plant your seeds. Just give it a good mash. You're going to do all your cells like that. Okay, so once you mash all your, you don't want to like mash them down until they're just like compacted so tight. You know, you don't want to do that. You just want to take your fingers and just kind of give them a little mash like that. You don't want to like really pound it down in there, because you know your seeds might have a hard time, the little roots might have a hard time getting down in there. So I'm just going to plant one seed. These are onions that I'm planting. I've never planted onions from seed. I always buy the bulb, so this is an experiment this year. but my daughter gave me some onion seeds that she got from Baker's Creek, and I wanted to give it a try and see how they do. Now this flat, what I'm going to do with these onions, I'm not going to transplant these into the bigger cups. I'm just going to take these right out of here and sow them right into the garden once they start coming up. I just wanted to have a little more control over them, and as far as their watering goes and everything, to make a nice little bulb to plant in the garden. These things are hard to see. Very hard, hard to plant. I don't even know which row I was on now. You just drop one or two seeds in each little cell. Okay, so I put a seed in each one of these little cells, and I'm just going to put a little bit of water in each cell just to get them dampened up a little bit. Whoops. I got this little spray can at the Dollar General. It was only $5. It's a pretty nice little squirt can. I really like it. I'm just going to get them a little squirt here. Not a whole lot, but a good watering. Alright. Then I'm just going to take some dirt and just cover them up. You don't want these big clumps in there though, because the little babies will have a hard time getting up through it. So you want your nice soft dirt on top. And you just want enough to just cover them up a little bit. And you don't want to pack this down really. We're just going to mash the top a little bit once we get these cells filled. Or the seeds covered up, I should say. Alright, just take the extra off. And then just kind of take your hands and just mash the top down a little bit like that. And this one's done. Now I just have to write on here what this is. So this onion here is called it's U-N-Z-E-N, Unzen flat onion. So I'm going to write that on my little stick here. U-N-Z-E-N, onion. And on the back, I'm going to write today's date. I think the day is the 26th, I think. Okay, I'm just going to lay that right there. So I know that tray is full of those kind of onions. So then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to get another little squirt. Then I'm going to put the top on it. Now I'm not going to put this in the sunshine. I'm going to put this underneath. Let me see if these have underneath a table until they sprout up, or on a dark area is what I should say. So I'm going to scoot it off on this board right here because it's kind of flimsy. And I'm going to take this and I'm going to put it, I have a spare bathroom that we don't use a whole lot, and we don't use the bathtub. So I'm going to set these inside the bathtub because it's nice and dark in there, and then I can water. I don't have to worry about the floor getting ruined. And I'm going to leave them sit in there until they start to sprout. So here are my plants that I did last week, and these are the German pink tomatoes, and these are the early golden acre cabbage, and I think, let's see, these are German pinks and Cherokee purple tomatoes, and these back here are bok choy. So I had these all in a dark area. You can see they're getting a little bit leggy, but once they start getting another little leaf on them, I'm going to take them out of here. And I have these bigger cups that I just bought, and I'm going to plant each one into one of these cups right here, and try to get it down in here as far as I can, and just leave a little piece of the greenery sticking out the top, and then hopefully that will take care of the legginess of these. But I'm going to have to do this fairly soon, so. But anyway, then here's my sweet potatoes that we started, and see, they're starting to get, they're growing roots, and they're getting the sprouts on them. So those are doing good. Here's some more over here. See, they're getting their sprouts. So we're off to a good start here. And so anyway, I'm going to finish up with these onions and get them in the dark area and let them sprout. And then when I start potting these up, I will do another video on that, and show you what I'm going to do about all that. Alright, so anyway, I hope you liked the video. Take care, count your blessings, and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye.